Imagine this, you are standing at the doorway of success. And instead of walking through it, you shut the door slam to yourself. That's self-sabotage. And today we will discuss why we do it and how to stop it. Welcome back to Psychology in Business. This is Victoria. I empower business leaders to transform mindsets and behaviors to achieve their goals. I have master degree in psychology and master of business administration, and together with more than a decade of experience in technical companies on managerial positions, I see again and again the same patterns that people cannot achieve what they want, not because it's wrong timing, wrong market, product market fit or anything, but because of self-sabotage. So it's not something else which stops us from moving ahead, but it's us. The good news is today we will learn how to break through. Let's start with the very first point, negative self-talks and self-beliefs. The whole self-belief system is formed, of course, in the childhood, but on daily basis we are adding stones into those beliefs, and then we are forming new and new identities of ourselves. I am a successful businesswoman, I am a successful, mother, brother, father, and so on, friend, which of course cannot be formed in the childhood. So something, the core is formed in the childhood, but then we are wrapping it up and forming around that new identities. So if in your childhood you did not have supportful environment, your parents or teachers, they were criticizing you, then it might be that the core of your self-beliefs is quite negative, so you don't believe that you can achieve something and so on. So even if you are technically ready, your internal voice, which is actually initially external voice of someone like of your parents or teachers, it was interiorized inside, so that voice became your internal voice, and now this internal voice says like, no, you are not good enough. And then these negative beliefs and negative talks actually preventing you from doing something when you are actually already there, but you cannot because of wrong beliefs of someone else into you. So what can we do with that? First of all, we have to notice those ideas about or self-beliefs about ourselves, or those phrases which pop up in our head, like I'm not good enough, what do I think who I am, I'm not there yet, I don't deserve it, whatever, So you write it down and you think what of this is helpful and what is actually destroying yourself, or your success. Because something from that is actually helpful. Like, for example, you think, I will repeat it once again and then do, or I will train a bit more, or I will prepare a bit more. And maybe it's actually good to prepare a bit more, but not preparing forever and never acting, So at some point, at some percentage, these ideas even can make sense, Otherwise they would disappear from our head completely. But let's say in percentage, 20%, these ideas are useful and you can train better and prepare better or have more support because of these ideas. But 80%, they are actually destroying your success and potential. So it is important to write down by yourself or find a coach for that, or psychologist, psychotherapist, or ask me for support if you need, and differentiate what is actually helpful and what is not needed anymore, and how to substitute it with more supportive and good affirmations, so to say, beliefs, new beliefs about yourself. For that, we will need to find actually your achievements, and based on that, formulate new identities. Not like I'm a loser, but I can do something, or I'm an achiever when I have enough of rehearsal, or something like that. In one of my previous videos, I have already recommended to watch Inside Out because this is a great cartoon. In the second movie, they show in a super nice way, and actually a very professional way, how self-beliefs are formulated. You can watch it, it's fun, it's a cartoon, and yet it is actually very professional, very scientifically based information. So think about that and see how the main character changed her beliefs. Next type of self-sabotage is procrastination. I have a special video about procrastination. You can watch it by the link here or in the description, but in this video I will explain it in a shortened way. Procrastination is a mechanism of psychological protection. So our brain protects ourselves from the pain This pain is usually the fear of judgment or fear of failure. And to not have this possible failure, you don't do anything. If you don't do anything, you cannot fail in that. And this is basically how we protect ourselves. So if we are scared of a failure, of judgment, of someone laughing at us, or of other people saying like, hey, you see, loser, then we don't do anything and we become the average of our group, and doing basically nothing, staying in our comfort, to not have these possibly negative feelings and emotions. And then your sabotage looks like that. You know what to do to achieve success, but you suddenly need to clean your inbox or clean your windows in the house or do anything else absolutely meaningless to not do something meaningful. And how to fix it will of course depend on what exactly we are scared. So it will be an exercise, again, alone for your journaling or with someone, hopefully professional, to not spoil your good ideas, to write down openly and sincerely for yourself what exactly is that scary and possibly painful in what you are doing. And then to think how to actually support you in that. For example, you want to change your job or open a new business or a new branch or a new department or anything, new product and so on, and you are scared that it will not work and you will lose money. Okay, good, fair enough. So there is, again, the reasonable part of that fear, and we have to differentiate it and address that reasonable part. Maybe I just need more preparation, I need more investment, I need more anything, you need more, But there is this irrational part. I'm still not good enough, blah, blah. You remember, we just discussed it in the previous point. So that we have to remove. And if you remove that big part of irrational fear and address this actually reasonable issue, it will be solved. Your procrastination will not make any sense anymore. The next type of self-sabotage is perfectionism. Many perfectionists grew up in the environment where they were loved and acknowledged only when they achieved something and did something very well. In this case, they linked directly their achievement and well-accomplished task to I'm good enough, I'm loved. So love means perfectly done stuff, to very much simplify it. Now, when you grow up, if you do something not perfectly well, you feel you will be not loved, not accepted, and you are not good enough. Your self-worth is nothing, your value is zero. Okay, how to fix it? I give you the perfect mantra to read every day or to remind it. Write it down and put it on your fridge or on your mirror, anywhere on your working table. So the mantra is, version 1 is better than version none. Shift your measure of success from the perfection to the valuable progress. The next type of self-sabotage is comfort zone addiction. Everyone is talking about this comfort zone and how we have to go out from that and so on. So my approach is that we should not go out from the comfort zone. It would be quite impossible and maybe even dangerous for us, like to go to open space without the preparation and proper suit for that. My approach is to widen the comfort zone. So make it wider so that you are comfortable not only here, but a bit further out from where you are now. But you can comfortably come back. So you are widen your horizons. Evolutionary, our brain is wired for safety, not success. So we are not created to succeed, to jump over the roof, to make super achievements and progress and digitization and so on. We are created to survive. The whole mankind to survive. That's it, not more. So everything which we want more is actually evolutionary, is not super interesting. So it is based on our internal motivation or external. So that when we go out from our comfort zone, something which is not safe for us, we automatically, evolutionary, feel discomfort and we want to come back. And that's why people open businesses, and when those businesses are not successful, they cannot close them because it's not comfortable to go from the status of I'm a businessman or a businesswoman to I'm a bankrupt. So people would do everything to stay in something they used to be because it feels comfortable and safe for them. For us, I'm also the same human being like everyone. What can we do here? If it's difficult for you to make public speaking, you can start small with introducing or explaining something, some concepts on presentation to your team in your safe environment, to people who you know and who you know that they are supportive and not judging you. In this way, with small steps and small new actions, you can build the whole new identity. I am a public speaker. When it is something more deep, for example, employee versus business founder versus failed business founder, and so on, these acknowledgements and these changes are way bigger because it's a change of identity, which is a big, crucial identity in our personality, which means it will take more time for us to understand and agree and go through 5 stages of grief, maybe, most probably, and so on. So here it is the best to work with a professional. And if you need support in such a way, I am working with business context, with opening or closing businesses, and with promotions in corporate career. If you feel that you need professional support, just reach me out by the link in the description, and we will find the best format, how to work on this and how to shift from one identity to another one to beat that self-sabotage and to reach the success you want. The last self-sabotage type, which we are going to discuss today, is overcommitting and distraction. Working with successful business leaders every day and having a lot of friends from business environment and being myself a businesswoman, I know that successful people have a lot on their plate always. And sometimes it's just impossible to process. It can come from different directions. For example, you cannot say no and then you agree to everything, coming new projects, new ideas. Okay, yes, let's talk, let's have a call, let's have a meeting, and then you spend time because you cannot say no. Sometimes we are just scared to put our attention in something actually meaningful, and because of that, we take another 10 projects just to feel busy, and we are busy, and those projects actually look very important, but they are not, because there is something else which is a priority number 1, where we have to put the whole focus, and all other distractions should be on the position number 2, 3, and 5. So here what we have to do is to prioritize. First of all, you have to ask yourself, by saying yes now to this new project or activity, do I say no to something else? And it's important to understand what exactly will fall off from your schedule, will not be done, will be out of your focus because you said yes to something else. The idea to do absolutely everything simultaneously at the same time on a good level is absolutely unrealistic. How we work here, we put priorities in focus-wise and topics-wise, and priorities in your calendar. So in a very pragmatic way, in your calendar, you put blocks for doing some activities. So priority number 1, block 3 hours here, 2 hours there, 5 hours on Wednesday. Then you have dedicated time, focused time to work on those topics. Besides those time slots dedicated for your focus activities, there should be time slots for doing nothing, or for doing sports or meditations, or just nothing at all, but not anything business related. This works for our mental health, to make maybe dopamine detox, we were discussing this in another video, or to prevent the burnout. If there is no priority in your mind, this is topic number 1, 2, 3, and in your calendar, in those time slots, then it's impossible to achieve what you want to achieve. So as you can see, today we discussed several types of self-sabotage, and all of them are telling us that they protect us from something. However, only the part of it is rational and good for us, and the rest is irrational and actually works against us or against our success. Now you tell me in the comments which sabotage patterns shows up for you. If today's video resonates with you, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who may need it. Remember, you are your own greatest obstacle, but also your own greatest power.